Okay, so this is a video for how you can format your dissertation. So maybe if you're like me, you have parts of your dissertation all over the place in different Google Docs, and you finally put it into one document and you realize, uh-oh, I can't even navigate my dissertation. All I have to do is do control find to find, elements of the dissertation. So what I'm going to do is show you how to format that here quickly in Google Docs. So let's imagine now this here, format my dissertation, is the title. So say this is my title, whatever it might be, whatever the title is. So up here is where you see the formats. And so what we want to do is treat this as we would do folders and subfolders. And so this is basically parents and children, or titles and headings. So for example, we're going to create this as our title. So this is going to be our main title. Then what we might have now is everything after are potentially H1, so headings, to find major sections of our dissertation. So say if you had an abstract in your dissertation, or if this was a journal article, you might want to make this emphasis for the heading. And then inside of your heading obviously is your body, and so this in Google Docs is usually just the normal text, and so that I have that there. So nothing really, you can't really see much difference between these two, but you're going to see here in the next step that the power of actually formatting makes you be able to navigate your document a lot easier. So if we look here, now here's our introduction, and what we want to do is make that a H1 as well, because that's going to be a major part, and this is going to be my body, so make sure you have that in your formatting, whatever your formatting is. And then we have a sub part of our introduction chapter or section. And so what we do with this title here is we make that a H3, because this was, I made this H1, so this should be H1, my bad. That's H1, so this should be H2. There. And so now you can see here, introduction, heading 1, heading, all of these now are starting to look aesthetically pleasing, but it's starting to look like it's formatted. And so now when we go even deeper, so let's just make sure we have this situated correctly. So make sure that's our body paragraph. And what we have here, if we wanted to even do a subsection of this, we can have a H3, whatever the formatting is of your H3. And so as you can see here, now we have this going down into place. And so what I can show you here is as it goes down the headings, you can make the next one even come right back up to an H2. Because this is some other subsection of your dissertation or chapter or section. And so you just keep doing that as you need. And so here's my H1 for my rationale. Here's my H2 for my rationale. As you can see here, say I'm gonna also make this my H2. That's my rationale, and then say only for the second section I have a third one, and so that will help me align, to keep that aligned. And so here, our methods, let's do it again. We're gonna make this our H1. Then we're gonna do our H2. We're gonna do this H2. And we're going to also do this as H2. And then you can see here, inside of here, you can go further down to even H4. I think in Microsoft Word, you can even do even deeper headings so that you can have multiple sections down. Well, then I'm gonna make this H2. So now we can see we have some structure here. And so one thing that you can also do with this now is, so say I want to do a table of contents. If you click on a blank page, then you can insert. So first, maybe you want to insert your page numbers, right? Page numbers are here. Put your page numbers in there. And then what we want to do is insert our table of contents. And so Google has a few different formats of the table of contents. I think they're kind of ugly, but you know, it is what it is with Google. And so I think probably you most likely want to use this one. As you can see here, they all will do the same thing, but for what we want to do, maybe this might be it. And then you can even click these things and it'll bring you to them. Or if you're on this side here, you can also click around and get through your dissertation or your article or your chapters, whatever it might be. And just like everything else, you can format this and make this as big or small as you want. So I'm going to make these a little bigger so you can see the configuration. And that's basically it. Table of contents, and then you probably want to make this a H1. Oops. H1. And then just maybe for style, make this just a little bit bigger so it can also be H1. And then just refresh this. And then it has a table of contents here. Not in the same, but we gotta make all these the same size. There we have it. And so we probably don't want to include the table of the abstract, but yeah, that's basically how you format your dissertation, so that you can have your headings all nice as you want them.